That's the big time gate. So we'll see what strategies the racers do to try and beat these trains. So about a 4.5 second head start here for Gator. So we'll really need to see. Oof, MrPitt. That's a hugely costly mistake. One of the bigger mistakes you can make here is bonking that wall and losing all of your shroom speed there. MrPitt's going to have to work really hard to beat this train lap 2, and we'll see. Lap 3, it's going to be really difficult. Gator here going with the tried and true 3-0-0 strat. So you'll see that MrPitt here is likely going to go off to the left, use his other mushroom here. Once again, bonking. He's gonna... Oof. Okay, so Gator just needs to stay clean now. Again, those two wall bonks were pretty devastating hits, and you just lose so much speed and momentum. Yeah, this is... So, certainly Gator's match to lose. Oh, it looks like... Well done to our friends over at SpeedGaming for getting the time synced back up here. So you can see that Gator has just pulled extremely far ahead. Let's see here. He should be on good pace to beat the train lap 3. Pitt going off-road a bit. And Gator beating the train here, that pretty much seals it. I can't think of a way that Gator could lose here. And we see that that's the case. So go ahead and give the win over to Gator. Interesting. So we are going to head on over to one of my personal favorite tracks, Mario Raceway. Now, the big thing here at Mario Raceway, it's one of the shortest tracks in the game, so nice quick race, but the big thing is there's a giant mushroom at one of the hairpin turns, and whether they go inside or outside of the mushroom. Going inside the mushroom saves you an easy 0.4, 0.5. I mean, it saves quite a bit of time cutting inside of the mushroom, but it's extremely difficult. Certainly both of these people, both these competitors, Pitt and Gator, have done it many a time, but it'll be interesting to see if Pitt feels the pressure and goes for the cuts. He's known for going for the shroom cuts here, and if Gator plays it safe, this could be an easy win for Pitt. Not sure how Gator is feeling about his shroom cuts. So the other thing to note, you'll see, is underneath the screens, so the current set, because Gator won the first one, he does have the 1, and then next to the numbers are flap and shortcut. So we have two options for two jokers that racers can do, and we'll see. Pitt went for the shroom cut, played it risky as he does usually here, and it cost him big. So as long as Gator is clean, this is his track to lose again. But I do respect MrPitt going for those risky strats. When you're swinging up like this, Gator has been driving extremely well. Taking chances like that is going to be how you... Ooh, that was potentially a mistake? I mean, I assume. Oh. I missed. He didn't shroom. What is... I'm not quite sure what Pitt is doing. Interesting. Okay, so he was saying he went for a flap attempt. You can respect that, I guess. That's... So, all right. And so anyway, we have a flap, which means they just raced the first lap of the track, and we have shortcut, so they can do any shortcut as long as they can complete the course as quick as they can. Another quick one to Gator. So we'll see that each of them only get one Joker throughout the course of the match. So there it is. MrPitt is called Moo Moo Farm, the one track that he beats Gator in the standings. So not surprised that we see that picked today. So the way again this works is each they take turns picking tracks. So this is now MrPitt's turn to pick. The way it works is you can't pick the same track inside of the same set, save for the shortcut Joker, and you can't can't pick tracks that you picked in set 1. You can't pick in set 2, and you get all your tracks back in set 3, and you also get all your tracks back in set 5. So it is always interesting at the end of a long, if it's a close match, at the end of set 2 and end of set 4, it can be really interesting to see where the players select from to try and eke out that advantage. We all have our top 2, 3, 4 tracks, but once you start having to get down into 6, 7, maybe 8 tracks deep, it gets pretty difficult and interesting, especially if there's some of your top tracks that you are not driving well and the competitor is. So big question here is Pitt going to play it safe? So far playing it safe, but the real one here is the big patch of moles at the end. I expect Gator to take the fairly safe line. Gator with the really safe line and the hit. That's why you pick this course. All right, this is now Pitt's track to lose for sure. Huge 1 second lead here for Pitt. All right. Pitt playing dangerous but clean. I love it. Oh, Gator with another mole. So looking, I mean, it is again Pitt's track to lose. Let's see how he plays. I mean, he is playing really clean. He is the mole whisperer. Going 3 molehills, but no hits. And there we go. Pitt is on the board. I always say once both players are on the board, that's when the match really begins. So Pitt able to stabilize there. And let's see if he can break serve, bring us back to a 2-2 as we head to the stadium, Wario Stadium. Now this track has nothing particular. It's just raw driving skill. Things to watch out for sure are the shroom hills, especially on Gator's side. I'm not sure of Pitt's strategy, but I'm sure Gator will do the shroom over the large hills. And if you drift too close to the wall there, you can bonk. And again, anytime you bonk while shrooming, it's just devastating. Not as bad as a bonk as Calamari Desert because the timing, it's not a cycle based. But you can see there again, little time gains is just how close you're hugging these walls. And Gator hugging that wall a bit closer, certainly saving microseconds there. Both racers taking nicely into this here, and let's see here. Pitt going pretty wide. Gator with an extremely clean mushroom. So we have about a 3-second lead on Pitt's time. So we'll see as they come around. Ooh, Pitt kind of all over the place right now. Again, this is a track that rewards clean driving. Let's see here. Gator looking to be about 2 seconds ahead right now. Maybe 3. So Gator has made up most of the time. It is going to need Gator to make a pretty fatal mistake. 17 to, yeah, so a solid 2 second and 2.3 second lead here. So quite large. Alright. Yeah, even though Gator has about a 3-second started the race about 3 seconds behind, you can see that he is even with Pitt now in terms of track. So it'll be interesting to see here. I think one of the big advantages that Pitt has is that he practices shortcuts, and Gator really doesn't. So when we see the shortcut Joker is going to be a really interesting choice here. I see that being the hammer to try and either save a set or win a set. So I expect that to be when one of the players is at 3 is when Pitt uses the shortcut. And I'm not sure we'll see a shortcut Joker out of Gator. So, again, just continued clean driving from Gator here. So, this is... Ooh, again, that's where Pitt just having the rough of it. So again, I mean, we're going to need to see something on the level of Gator not making the jump here, and I don't think that is likely to happen, but you never know. We'll see. Gator is clean. Get it out of the way. Ah! Oh, I did say that we would likely see the shortcut Joker use. Wow! Gator with almost a PR. And so we are going to... Alright, we are heading off to Yoshi Valley Shortcut. So the way this is going to work, I'm curious if Gator knows how to do this shortcut. See, certainly MrPitt do is at the start go flying off to the left. He's going to jump over the white picket fence, and he's going to try and hit a seam that is on the off the side of the track. In doing that, you're going to bounce off that seam, and it tricks Lakitu into triggering a lap skip. Perform that 3 times, and you can have incredibly fast times. And looking at his flap and best record of 48 seconds, I would say that we are in for the fast version. There are slower versions of the shortcut that if Pitt goes for, we will cover. So, like I said, this is the kind of time where I figured we would see this is trying to stay alive in the set. Certainly a reasonable choice here. Okay. So, Pitt's going to take the slow, safe shortcut. So, he's going to jump off here, coming up on the left, hit the seam, and you can see he is now on lap 2. So, ooh, costly mistake. Is Pitt going to be all right? Interesting. Not going. This might be slow. Certainly, like, he's got quite a large lead, but if Pitt doesn't go for a quick FPG also going slow. It'll be interesting here to see what path Pitt takes. I'm guessing that he doesn't know the he's going to go and do the shortcut again. So, assuming he lands the shortcut here, this should be a pretty clean win for Pitt. So, ooh, Pitt! If Gator, hurry, Gator! No. And the set, the track and the set both go to Gator. That was... Right. So Pitt has decided that what we need is the longest track in the game. So if you need to go get a drink, if you need to use the restroom, now is the time. You have about 5 minutes. So it should be interesting. So big thing to watch out for here is how well do they hug turns, as the giant spiral. You want to be hitting those MTs as much as you can. You want to be staying incredibly tight. And also, there are wandering chain jumps that can occasionally come out and bite you. Overall, I suspect pretty clean race from both of these racers. So let's see, right off the bat, the first thing to note here is this tran. So you'll see them both slow down and try to stay on the track. So Gator definitely got the better of that. But Pitt looking like he's got some better MT going. Ooh, those wall bonks are going to cost him a bit. So, but pretty close, even start so far. So, now is definitely the time, Chad. If you've got any questions or things you want to know, now is the time. We definitely have time. As we come around. So again, though, looks like Gator is just slightly ahead, but not really by much at all. We'll definitely see as they come across. So far, both definitely within a second, and definitely have a chance here. Like they're simply hitting a chain jump, costs 3 to 4 seconds. So you did see them both go there on the big uphill portion using the shroom just to get up faster. So we'll see here. Again, incredibly close race so far. I would say Pitt is staying a little closer to the wall, but it's pretty close. Looks like Gator's ahead by just a bit. 0.5. That is not much on this. Ooh, Pitt getting a ton of air. That was very costly. That lost Pitt probably 0.5 to even a full second. You really don't like to be up in the air there. That's one of my biggest struggles with this track personally is so much of this track, you spend 5 minutes of it, but so much of your time, gain or lose, comes down to how well do you do the tran down the big hill. So you can race really well for a clean, you can be super clean for 3 minutes and 20 seconds and lose an entire run. So that's the kind of thing we need to see Gator do. A consistent tran is not easy, and certainly well within reason to expect mistake to happen there. And I wouldn't even call it a mistake. It's simply a failure to execute a difficult technique. What's my favorite ice cream? Sorry for the delay there, but I am a Blue Moon fan. I am a fan of the Blue Moon personally. Joys of being here in Michigan. Blue Moon ice cream. Alright. So, Gator definitely expanded on his 0.5 lead. Let's see by how much. Not much at all. Gator struggled there, and Gator definitely getting the worst of that Tran. This is pretty close now. Certainly, this is either person's race now. Alright, so the chain chomps can start getting a little tricky just because you're off your timing a little bit. They're driving a little bit behind what they're probably used to on their PB runs. At this point, both of these would be a restart on a 3-lap attempt. So this can be always interesting. On lap 3 is how good do you know your chain chomp location? Oof. Pitt getting a little lucky there. Maybe not lucky, but definitely cutting it close going to the inside. Both of them did, but I think Pitt was a little bit closer. Now you do see Pitt flashing there that he can't save his race data. This track is so long and they do so many inputs that they do that. So let's see here. Again, this is incredibly close. That Tran at the start of the lap really hurt Gator. And ooh! 0.1 off, and Pitt has confirmed this is a real PR. Well done, Pitt. Well done, Pitt. So, all right. We're going to head on over to Royal Raceway. Incredibly close race, and well done, Pitt, on getting the PR. All right, so the big points here on Royal Raceway are the 2 hairpin turns. So there's one right at the start. As you come around, there's a really big hairpin, and then there's a wall jump hairpin where you'll see both drivers hop up the track and do to get around the wall as close as they can, coming up right here, right after this turn. So, for anyone wondering what these letters are coming out of their rear ends, these are called mini turbos. In Mario Kart, by hopping, you start drifting, and wiggling the joystick back and forth, you can charge a mini turbo, which once released gives you a small boost. Now, the important thing to understand about mini turbos here is that in Mario Kart, the fastest form of driving in the game is drifting while using a mushroom. And those boost pads you saw going over them go over at the big ramp are treated as mushrooms. So let's see what the times come in at. Okay, Gator with a almost 1 second lead. Unsurprising, this is probably his best track. He does have a god time here on Flap. Bit of a wall bump, but that's not necessarily bad, though the recovery was. A wall bump on that corner can actually be a benefit. So Again, here where we see Gator coming up to is the second major sticking point, is you can easily bump into this wall, both playing very, very safe. And as again, you will see, Gator is doing mini turbos on those boost pads to get that extra speed. So, ooh, Gator struggling to start that MT off of the grass. Into the grass he goes. Oh, both of them. All right. Big chance here. Let's see if Gator makes it. Gator is all over the road. He makes it through pretty clean and should have enough. He's got a pretty here, and I would suspect, barring a tumble into the water or a pretty big mishap here, it's just clean there at the end. Right. With that, you can see as I deselect flap here, we're going to do a flap. So again, this means one lap, and we're heading over to Frappe Snowland. So, as I will always ask chat, do we want to build a snowman? Not today. These snowmen have bombs. So, not sure why Mushroom Kingdom has exploding snowmen, but they do. And, yes, they're quite deadly. So what you'll see them do here is, this is one of the few times where you'll see the drivers use all three mushrooms on one lap. So it's interesting on the first lap to see where they use these. So this is a extremely this track is normally done on lap 2, so it's always interesting to see what the adaptations they make. Okay, bolt taking with the normal. Ooh, Pit a bit wide there. Gator off the road too. So now here's the big thing. This shroom jump, let's see how clean they are. I like Pitt's adaptation there. And it looks, oh, Pitt's wall bonk. They both bonk. I think Pitt's a little bit ahead, but it's going to be close. And yes, so you can see 17 versus 39. That is a win. Nice Joker use by Pitt. And it seems that Gator would like to go get some cookies. We're going to head off to Cocoa Mountain. Now, these are giant cookie boulders are ones you want to avoid. Oh, thank you, SpeedGaming 2, for the awesome raid. Well done. We love having you. Welcome. For those joining us, we have a Mario Kart 64 race going for our One Try League. We are in the midst of the match right now. So right now, Fruit Punch Gator on your right is up one set, and he currently has a 2-1 track lead in this set. Pitt definitely with the better start. And so the way this works is we play best of 7 sets. So first one to win 4 tracks wins a set. First one to win 3 sets wins the match. So you have a guaranteed 6 more track races ahead of you, and we're hoping for quite a bit more. Gator getting interesting. Pitt going for the flap here, and Gator going with the more standard approach. So, wow. Gator is ahead with having used no shrooms. So this is, we're going to need a pretty big error here from Gator. Oh, it looks pretty close. So the important thing here is here at the end, you'll see Both of them did it cleanly this time, but you may have seen on the first lap, Gator did not. You can bounce off of those hills, and it can cost you quite a bit of time. Here, Gator with the clear lead right now. And yes, Gator by a clean second. Find out where Gator is taking us. No, Pitt is taking us. This is, again, set point for Gator. And we are heading over to DK Jungle Parkway. So the interesting thing here for DK Jungle Parkway is certainly the river jump. We will see how aggressive the drivers do. Given that it's a league match, I expect them to hang pretty cautious. But you can, as you're jumping across, you want to cut as far to the left on the river as you want. As you can. That's what you want to do. I expect to see him play fairly conservative, though Pitt shows before that he's willing to go all out, so I wouldn't be surprised if Pitt is more aggressive here, and it could certainly be a rewarding strat for him. All right, both clean starts. And here we go. This will tell us a lot about how each driver is approaching this. Pitt. Ooh, Pitt not shrooming right away. Having to get back up to speed. Ooh, but Gator is all over the road. So you'll see them cut here. Did either of them hit the bush? Pitt does, so that definitely cost him some time. So Gator is certainly ahead, I would say, but it looks pretty close. Timing looks pretty good, so we'll see how they do on the hill climb. Both did that quite well. And it is Pitt who is ahead. I do think he was more aggressive there, but driving off the road and getting hit by a coconut, whatever lives in these trees hits you with a coconut. It doesn't feel great. Interesting strats here. It's just interesting to see the small differences on strategies. Again, just incredibly close. Both taking fairly aggressive approaches on the jump. So it looks like Gator has built himself a small lead. Yes. So let us see what happens. Oh no! Gator takes a drink in the water. This is Pitt's track to lose. He's just got to avoid a major air while climbing the hill. Doing what he can to recover, but all right. So, another win for Pitt. Well done. What we like to see. It would seem we're going to Yahoo our way onto Toad's Turnpike. Pitt seems pretty excited. So, as you can probably guess, the most important thing here is to avoid traffic. If you should bonk into another card, it was quite bad for your time and your health. So It'll be interesting to see the different strategies on how each player, you can do safer and less, you can do safer or faster strats here on how you go in and out some of the cars, when you do your mini turbos. As you can see here, Gator has an almost 2.5 second, over a 2.5 second, or over a 1.5 second lead here in terms of PR. But we'll see what kind of strats they use. Oof! Pitt hitting that first tanker and the bus. Oof! Not what you like to see at set point. Not what you like to see. So Gator drives clean, and the track is easily his. I mean, he is a solid 5 seconds ahead right now. Ooh, but Gator hits a car as well. We got erased. We got a race. Now, Gator did recover with the shroom, so he is certainly still ahead by more than one bus. Ooh! They are all over the road today. Now, the big thing here is this drastically changes your timing, because now the cars are in very different locations from what you're used to. A 53.74 Gator is not going to be happy about that, but little does he know, Pitt is over a minute on this, so he's got a solid 7-second lead here. And now this is again one of those tracks when things are going well, you want to do what Gator is doing. Another hit from Pitt. This was certainly a good choice from Gator. Now this is a track where you will see the drivers trying to do as many mini turbos as they can around those corners. To get the most benefit out of a mini turbo, you want to glide with your boost for a while. However, in gliding with the boost, you drift away from the optimal line. So what you'll see them do is jam as many mini turbos as they can. Is hug that fence as much as they can. So Eater has reported Toad has been picked up for drunk driving after running into some vehicles. Another hit for Pitt. Oh, just Toad, we got to get you off the road, buddy. We need to get you home. We need to get you. Oh, and a hit for Gator. These toads are not looking well, but that is going to be the win, though not clean, for Gator. I'm sure he's not happy about it. Another hit for Pitt. Wow, that is rough. Oof. Well, it seems like what Pitt wants after hitting a bunch of in-game obstacles is to go to Moo Farm. Again, it is probably his best track. It's one of his 3 wins so far tonight. So I think it's a great pick. But it's also, let's see how the Mole Whisperer does, and if he can, conjure up another victory. All right, let's take a look and see what we see. Okay, again, Pitt, both of them playing safe. Gator going a little wide, but having the better line under the bridge. Gator playing it safe. Mole Man Pitt. Rough day at the farm for Toad. Just need a clean driving from Gator, and it is his. 2 moles. 2 moles so far. Three moles. Gator with the huge Liz. Gator with the huge lead. Right, and with that, we see a pretty clean win for Gator. Now it looks like we're going to see a Royal Raceway flap. A little interesting. I mean, maybe just Pitt wants to you know, get to the celebration as quick as possible, but we are heading to Royal Raceway flap. Again, Royal Raceway is almost certainly, and certainly flap is Gator's best track. So I'm not surprised by the pick. So I expect a strong showing here. But again, the shrooms are just as important here. So you're going to see a big shroom. The first shroom is a big cut across the grass, the same shroom cut around the hairpin, and then one right at the end. Now that one at the end is super tricky. If you drift a little too far to the water, you can go tumbling into the water. So we'll see how safe they both play that. Both playing pretty cautious there. So here's that cut across. Pitt having a bit of struggle there with the shroom. Gator bumping up against the wall, though. This is certainly Gator is in the lead, but we will see how it comes to this for this last shroom. Both are clean. Gator played it safer, and Gator takes the track by a clean second. And Pitt has decided to give the audience another break. So we have Rainbow Road, again, taking questions from chat. This is the time. We try to answer it faster this time. But we've got a solid 5-minute race ahead of us. It was incredibly close last time we were here, within 0.1. MrPitt getting a PR. Is that here? Pretty sure that was a PR here, but and either way, definitely a good race. And as you can see, they're within 1.3 of each other on their best times, but you can easily gain or lose that. The biggest thing, again, is this start here. The biggest part of the track is the start, right here. You want to stay on the track. Gator got the better of it by the looks of it. He's got a small... He is slightly behind on time. Like, as in, he started the race slightly behind. Doing a nice job staying close to that wall. So any time that Gator picked up on the Tran coming down the big hill, I would say Pitt made up for in that first turn. So again, this is another one where you'll see the drivers. You want to hug this wall as close as you can and just bang out all of the MTs you can. So bit of a Bit of a jump there from Gator. When you try to start an MT, sometimes it doesn't catch, and you get a little bit of a wobble. Certainly costs him a little bit of time, but nothing major. We're coming up to the first shroom. We'll see how they both handle this going up the steep hill. Both clean. Well done. Nice close race so far. If I had to guess based on the slight delay, I would say Gator might be a little bit ahead, but not by much. But we will see when they come across the line. No doggos hit first lap. That's what we like to see, and a 0.5, 0.6 lead. But Gator with a huge leap off the track there. That cost him all that time that he had is now gone, and Pitt is almost certainly in the lead as they round this first turn. Pitt dropping an MT there. Now Gator is definitely staying closer to the wall, so he's making back up for that Tran fall. Looking pretty close, but again, Gator is slightly behind in time. So, given that they're looking pretty close, Gator has taken back the lead. Got some love for both people in chat, though it would seem there is currently more love for Gator. Chat, no love for Pitt? Just the one? Let's get some Pitt love. Right, again, coming into the last big turn here before the first real check-in. Definitely mad respect for MrPitt. No one else in Division 1 has a Carl Jops video about them, so Pitt with about 1 second behind. Neither of them having a particularly good trend, but I would say Gator got the better of it there. So Gator with about a 1 second lead, but that can certainly go. Commentator, I love the love for the commentator. That's what we like to see, chat. That's what we like to see. I can respect that, Subway, that you want the guy on the left to win. If the guy on the left wins, that means we get more Mario Kart, and I think that means we all win. Well, except for Gator. So, and again, for those of you joining us, this track is so long that you can save Ghost, but because we do so many MTs, you can see that MrPitt and shortly Gator will do that as well. As they have stored so much data that the N64 actually can't save a Ghost. All right, coming into the closing stretch here. It's looking to be a Gator win. Yes. Clean Gator win. All right. And Gator, smelling blood in the water, is sending us back to this turnpike. And we're gonna see if Pitt can extend the match or if he can, especially by extending the set. But the next 4 tracks are match point over to Gator. All right. Again, the things to watch out for are toads drifting into cars. That's what we want to try to avoid here if we can, chat. Well, not to play favorites, chat, but we wouldn't mind if the guy on the right hit a couple of cars. I want to see more races. I'd like to see them both driving well, but I also want to see more Mario Kart, so don't tell him, chat, but definitely rooting for Pitt here. Pitt has officially made it farther than last time without hitting 2 vehicles. He hit both the tanker and the bus last time, so Pitt's got to be wiping away a little bit of sweat there already. He's got a much cleaner start. And I would certainly say Pitt is doing well on the hugging the wall here. That was a really interesting shroom spot. I'm not sure if that was a misfire. You really want to use your shrooms here to help hug these corners. So, not sure what Pitt is planning, though he does like to go for PRs if he thought he was on a good pace. I could see him having gone for a flap attempt, but it's going to be, because we have desync shrooms, we won't be able to tell exactly, though Gator is certainly a little bit ahead. Probably a shroom saves you about 0.3 if it's good and clean. So I would say that Gator is about 0.15 ahead coming into that. That's a more traditional shroom spot, both of them using. So, much cleaner driving from Pitt here. Gator also certainly happy not to have hit the multiple cars so far. Once again, desynced shrooms potentially. We'll see where the races are really at. Ooh, Gator with the lead for sure. Coming in, so now Gator being slightly ahead should have a bit of an easier end. This end can be super tricky on the pace that Pitt is at, so we'll see. So let's see how they finish out here. This is... Oop, Gator's all over the road, is he? Yeah, he's recovered. Gator is clean, and I think... Yes, that was a win for Gator. Match Gator. I have confirmed the players want to do a post-match interview, so let me go ahead and get to that for them. Get them on in here. They are joining now.
Hello.
First we have our conquering hero. Welcome, Fruit Punch Gator. Great race tonight.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I'm pretty happy with it.
I mean, a 12, what was that? 12-3, 12-4 in tracks. Yeah, that was pretty well done. MrPitt,
Welcome.
welcome.
Hello.
And I'm sure Chat and I have some questions about that first Toad Turnpike that we will eventually get to.
Oh god.
But I will say, you ended strong, really redeemed yourself from that first one with a nice clean run. Well done driving tonight. I'm taking tracks off of Gator is not easy, so
No, it's not. That's why I had to try to think of a game plan, and I was surprised I got that almost close to that Rainbow Road one where we had.
Yeah, the first Rainbow Road was incredibly tight.
Yeah, that was close.
And you were the mole whisperer on
First
time, and then
second time they just didn't respond to me.
yeah, I was gonna say, or maybe they
second time I had
responded
it
too
good.
well.
Maybe.
So
I was gonna try to go on tight on that second one with the lap too, because it looked like there were nothing there. Like they were not there except that one that I hit, but I just didn't turn well enough.
So and the conversation for chat pretty much all match has been favorite ice cream flavors. So I let them know mine is Blue Moon. Gator, what is your favorite ice cream flavor?
Birthday cake.
Birthday
doubt about it.
cake. Okay.
Mine is peanut butter and jelly ice cream.
They make that?
Huh?
They do, yes.
What?
Yeah, I'll have to show you that sometime. Yeah.
MrPitt enlightening the world. Bringing those
The
hot
more
takes.
you know.
The more you know,
Interesting.
indeed. So now, so Gator, were you? I know you knew the Moo Farm was going to be on the docket. That is certainly Pitt's signature track, but I think he definitely caught you off guard with picking Calamari Desert off the start.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting it because I know he's good at it, but I wasn't expecting it off the bat.
Sure. But I
I
kind of
did
like it,
pretty well.
throw him off and
Yeah, I was trying to avert your expectation, thinking I was just gonna do Moose Farm for the first of each pick.
Yeah, I knew it was
I-
coming. I just didn't know when because I knew you grinded it one time.
So, and I was,
I need to get
I
back
was,
to grinding it, honestly.
I was surprised, Pitt, that here in set 3 you didn't take us back to, or no, was it Gator who picked Mario Raceway? I think that's an incredibly interesting track.
I didn't go there.
No, I'm surprised. I'm surprised Pitt didn't take us back there set 2.
No, you picked it, FPG, because
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
picked
pick
it.
Mario Racing.
Yeah,
I picked it. I didn't want to go back.
I'm
I didn't
surprised you
need to.
didn't. I'm surprised you didn't. Just because I like Pitt. I do enjoy your bravado on MR. That's a place where you are willing. Really, I enjoy your bravado on every track. I love that when you come to the one tries, you're going for a PR basically every
Pitt
race.
does not care. He really
I care.
And so a track
I got
like,
mine today. I'm fine.
hey, you got a PR today. That's awesome. And yeah, I appreciate you, and that's a track where I'm surprised that you didn't pick at all, just because you kind of figure Gator's gonna play it safe there, and it's your track to lose. If you land all 3 mushroom cuts, it's basically your track. So that was the one pick I was surprised you never picked tonight.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
a bit surprised.
Well, I kind of had some advice to do like high variance tracks, and I was like, I'm kind of gonna mix it up here. I'm gonna do
That's
one
fair.
long track and one that I'm good at. The other 2, I didn't think of any of them. I really couldn't think of it, really.
No,
I
it
just worked on
has
my
become
good one,
interesting. It has been cool to see the different competitors, who their tracks are, like what tracks are their tracks. Like, I've definitely made a name for myself as the Yoshi Valley guy.
Yep.
I'm ready for that next week.
I grind that track hard in preparations for every match because it's my pocket pick. I'm just very comfortable. I'm at the point I'm hitting the hairpins 80+% now, 90% now, where when I drop a hairpin in a league match where I'm a little safer, it's a surprise. I think since I've made it my pick, I think I've failed one hairpin in like 6 or 7 races. So like it's definitely that, that's my place. But that's, Gator, Royal Raceway is your track. That's your baby that we all love, but you just have grinded that thing into a polished.
Well, I think 3 lap is not that great. It's not my second highest ranked time, I know that. As far as I know. Let me check. Maybe it is. Nope. Choco Mountain 3 lap is my second ranked course.
Forget that track. I hate that track. The walls on that track eat you.
I don't know. I grinded Choco one day. I got really good times.
There you go.
That's why I played it today.
Sometimes it's just how it happens. You just get one good run and it just happens.
Yeah.
For sure.
like then, God, God, that was something special.
So But yeah, so now looking at the schedule here, let me pull that up. I'm curious what both of you have on the docket next. So I will say, I'm pretty sure if you weren't already a lock, Gator, this almost certainly puts you at a lock, because I think you have 8 wins now.
Yeah, I think so. Something like that.
I don't think there's a way that 8 other people get 8 wins. So I would say you are a lock for
think I'm
playoffs.
Unless someone just blows it in the park out of one day.
first.
But...
That's the one
Oh
thing.
yeah, getting first is certainly a big deal. More importantly, getting top 4.
Top 4s.
Yeah,
Good.
top 4 is a big deal. Looking at,
Yeah,
or is it top 2?
now.
It's whatever. I need to look
I don't know.
back at
I don't know the
Dowsy's.
format yet. I'm not sure what we're doing yet.
Dowsy has the bracket made.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, we're gonna start with Seth. So Seth, your next match is against Leah Pixie.
Ooh.
Yes.
She has been driving so well. You know, taking matches off of me, taking matches off of Carson.
Took a set off me.
She took a set. She's the only one to take a set off you, I think, right, Gator?
yeah.
Itchy took one,
Oh, Itchy took one.
and Matt took 2.
Okay. You are not okay.
Defeatable.
Not unbeatable.
Not gonna go 32-0 in sets. Well, that's but that's
No,
my point. Is Pixie
that was a lot of
Pixie
fun,
is
though.
driving incredibly well.
Oh yeah.
So that
I'm
should
gonna
be a
definitely
great
beat her.
match.
I'm definitely gonna beat her. Like, I have so many tracks higher than her skill level, and I'm ready for it.
Ooh.
Understand, when I played her, I was so far ahead of her, and she came out playing and she crushed me.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna be prepared for anything, because I am
I'm
gonna
just
be
saying-
prepared for anything. But I'm gonna
just
try to
saying,
do my best.
don't sleep on Pixie. Pixie is coming to play and doing well. And then Gator, fabled
I got
match
you.
between you and me next week.
Yep. Looking
That's gonna
forward.
be exciting. We definitely are gonna get that on Speed Gaming.
Yeah, if we can.
What do you mean if we can? We'll get this on Speed Gaming. So find some nice people to commentate for us. So looking forward to those Yoshi Valley actions and no shortcuts. I mean that might
No
be the strat.
shortcuts.
One of us
I'm good.
one of gentlemen's agreement, no shortcuts, no Rainbow
Yes.
Road. Let's just stay away from those.
Deal.
Yes. I just like I was telling chat, I hate that Rainbow Road so often just comes down to how well you do the Tran. And
Yeah. My train's
It's
really
just-
bad today.
yeah, I would definitely say Pitt was better on the trains today.
Oh my god, dude, they were great. I grinded that for 30 minutes before this match, and they were all good. I was like, what?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
haven't
that's
played
what I'm saying,
Rainbow
you-
Road in like 2 weeks.
I don't Gator, I promise I will not pick Rainbow Road if you don't pick Rainbow Road.
God.
Let's just both agree to stay away from that. I don't want to practice and grind that five
I don't either.
hour mess of a track.
5
So-
hours?
That's what it feels
Same thing.
like.
That's what it feels like sometimes.
Sometimes.
So, but yeah, so you know, it should be a really good match next week between us. And again, I'm loving the confidence that Pitt's bringing, and looking forward to that. So, any other parting thoughts or words on the match here tonight, guys?
No. Good game. Thanks for the commentator.
Yahoo!
Always appreciated.
And a big thanks to Speed Gaming for letting us host our One Try League on here. It's been a ton of fun. We're getting close to the end of the season. We've got 3 more
Getting
weeks
close.
and then playoffs. Then
Yeah, we're gonna go
playoffs.
to it, yes.
So, looking forward to it, gang. So, with that, thank you everybody for coming. And again, a big thank you to our winner, Gator, and our second place, Pitt. And you all have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time zone it
Yeah, I'm
might
going
be
to
for
bed.
you. All right.
I'm gonna go back to
Alright,
speedrunning
see
a
ya.
game I know how to play. Well, alright.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Yep.